Alright, bro, look. With this episode of Reverse Jumping, you'll notice that I've removed the in anime part because I was in deep thought and realized there's a whole lot more jumpings outside of anime. You guys loved that I put Samurai Jack in the last video, so I'm gonna be putting more jumpings from cartoons and movies. So if there's any other jumpings in fiction that you would like, bro, put them in the comments. And while you're down there, hit that like button and subscribe for more reverse jumping. And if you want some extra perks from the channel, consider joining and becoming a member. Anywho, Sakamoto Days is only in its 3rd episode, and this anime is already reverse jumping central. Literally the first episode, bro got jumped like 2 different times. And this is the first scene of the anime. Bro pulls up dragging this pole, but bro, this game put up deep, not gonna lie. But unfortunately, that doesn't work in their favor since this man is able to block bullets. Alright, quick spoiler alert if you haven't seen Sakamoto Days. As you've noticed, Sakamoto is probably not a regular human. You should not be able to just block bullets. And not to mention, there's another guy who could just read minds. I was so confused the first time watching this because aren't you guys regular humans? But nah, Shin is over here reading minds, and Sakamoto just be casually dodging bullets. Anywho, bro immediately takes out 2 of them. And when 2 others tried to come and attack him, bro hung one of them, shoots the second one, and got a headshot on the 3rd dude. And this is the outrageous part. These 2 pull up blasting. Meanwhile, Sakamoto just out here casually dodging the bullets. And these guys weren't shooting pistols. And I guess this nigga has wall hacks, because he went to the other side and got a headshot on every single one of them. And bro had the last guy spooked as hell. Now, literally in the same episode, bro got in another reverse jumping. Now his former boss, who knows exactly what this man is capable of, right? Who is fully aware that Sakamoto is the best of the best, sends another assassin, aka Shin, to try and kill the guy who can deflect a point-blank shot with chopsticks. And the leader was like, so Shin, you couldn't kill him. And in my head, I'm like, what? Why didn't you go since you're so good? Instead, they try to kill Shin for asking them to spare Sakamoto. Good job. Amazing speech. He asked to spare Sakamoto, so you know they tried to kill his ass. And Shin was doing pretty good at the beginning, man. He was getting headshots back to back until he wasn't. Then Sakamoto had to come in for the save. He electrocutes the first 2 and then quickly combos the other 3. And when another one tried to shoot him, he proceeds to block the 2 bullets with a chopstick and then goes bowling with the guy. Man's really grabbed him with one hand and tossed him. Right afterwards, he dismantles the dude's gun and punched this man so hard that he left with a whole lot less teeth in his mouth. And then bro backhands another one to the new ear and pulls out 2 knives, chopped their guns, and took out both the leader and a random other dude. Like, bro, I don't want to hear anybody say that he's a normal human. But ladies and gentlemen, one of the reverse jumpings I wanted to talk about is none other than Azula running Aang's pockets and escaping a jumping. Azula's been bullying Aang for days now, not even letting this man sleep, so he finally got tired of that shit. And bro got ready to squabble up. But Zuko ass came out of nowhere and decides he want a piece of this action.
Finally, some action!
Bruh.
That's basically how this fight started. Aang tried to fly away, but Azula showed him just how OP she is. Like, bro, look at it. No 14-year-old should have this much power. Anywho, Aang is dodging for his life until Zuko decides to hop in the fight and attack him too. So now you got the 2 lunatic siblings trying to cook everyone and everything in their line of sight. But Zuko, the most confused nigga in this fight, starts attacking Azula. Bruh. You guys are on the same side. You both are trying to kill Aang. But Zuko's too blinded by his honor to see that. Aang pulls this neat little trick and almost gets Azula. But you're forgetting she's a genius. Unlike Zuko, who breaks his back. Aang, taking advantage of the situation, kicks the fuck out of Azula to join him down there. But unfortunately for Aang, she lands and continues chasing Aang, beating Zuko up in the process. And now Aang is just running from this crazy person trying to take his life. She finally gets him. And bro, look at this evil ass gesture. Like, you know when you enter a dark boss room and all the lights turn on? Like, bro, that's Azula. She studied the grades. And look at Aang's face. Ain't no way this lunatic is only 2 years older than me. Luckily for Aang, Katara came in just in time. So she turns her attention to Katara and goes to cook her alive. But then Sokka blocked her. And this is when she realized she's getting jumped. And Azula didn't let that stop her, bro. She started throwing hands with all of them. And then Toph pulled up, had Azula on her hands and knees.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
She starts hauling ass, but Iroh put a move straight out of Kung Fu Panda and stopped her. And that's when she realized, hey, yo, y'all are deep in this bit. Oh, so that's the timing y'all on. Jump big dog Azula. Even though I'm putting my hands up, Zuko, you still a bitch.
What did I do?
Iroh decides it's a good idea to look around. Like, bro, everybody is looking in one direction. Why is your eyes wandering, bro? Like, bro, if you had just locked in for 1 second, bro, like... All you had to do was lock in, you had one job. But thanks to Iroh's wandering eyes, he gets hit by Azula and she escaped. Literally the first time on this channel that somebody escaped the jumping. But somebody who would never escape or run away is none other than the GOAT himself, Kenpachi Zaraki. By the way, a lot of people only know him by Kenpachi and doesn't know that Kenpachi is a title, not his actual name. Kenpachi is the title given to the second strongest, which was Unohana for the longest, and they called this man Kenpachi just based on how powerful he was, until he rightfully gained the title after fighting Unohana. Anywho, Kenpachi stops and roasts the two captains and their lackeys for hiding their spiritual pressures and not coming out to fight like a man. And then bro says this:
After all, even taking these guys on 4 against 1 won't give my blade much more than a little practice.
What did he say?
Them niggas was flabbergasted, so they come down from the roof like, put some respect on our name. So Kenpachi tells him to shut up and pull up on him.
Now I gotta pull up. Everybody dying, me included. I ain't going to jail.
And the funniest exchange in Bleach happens in the next scene.
Either way, it looks like you've lost your grasp on sanity.
What would I do with something as useless as that? Lucky for me, I never had any such thing.
This man is like sanity. Who needs that? Anywho, they start squabbling. Sajin does an attack, followed by Tosin sending a bunch of swords to stab this man. And he was hit. But knowing Kenpachi, he probably stood there and took the attack just because. And dude is laughing. Bro got 4 swords in his back and he does not even care about him. Bro was like, man, forget what I said earlier. Y'all niggas are ass. He proceeds to block both of their swords, kick the fuck out of Tosin, and body slam Sajin. Bro, get your ass up. I ain't even hit you that hard. He tells them to release their bunkai so they could at least put up a fight against them. So Kaname releases his bunkai and shove this nigga into darkness. So let me get this straight. Give the black guy the ability to be invisible in the dark. To be invisible in the dark because he's black. I know a lot of you are gonna be like, oh, but he's black. Man, nobody give a fuck. This is clearly racism in effect. I'm surprised they didn't give him lightning powers to wrap it up in a nice bow, but I'll explain his bunkai anyway. Basically, he makes a sensory deprivation chamber where you can't hear, smell, or see him. Meanwhile, he can see you and attack you whenever he wants. But he forgot he was fighting the savage known as Kenpachi. He swings and almost hits Kaname, and bro was flabbergasted. So he goes for another attack, and Kenpachi counters him again, this time making a cut on his cheek. And bro was thinking, what is this dude made of? Meanwhile, Kenpachi is just mad. He's like, yo, why aren't we slicing and dicing each other right now? This thinking shit is boring. Then he gets a great idea of how he's gonna catch this nigga. And you would never guess this great idea that Kenpachi has.
Far too dangerous to be allowed to live.
Welcome to the Gulag.
He lets himself get stabbed and grab this man Kaname. And bro was like, well, how to turn tables. Now I can see, hear, and smell you. And you smell like shit. Bro lets him go and was like, next time you come and attack me again, you won't even reach me and I'll grab your hand. Kaname's like, ain't no way I would ever lose to this nigga. So bro goes for another attack, only to get stopped before he even hit. And Kenpachi slices his ass again, stopping the bunkai. And dude was still standing there trying to fight, even after losing like 3 gallons of blood already. And here goes Kenpachi.
I have no interest in fighting a man with 1 foot already in the grave. What can a dead man do? He can't fight anymore, that's for sure.
Bro really called him weak and walked away. He goes to put this man out of his misery, but you guys forgot this was a jumping. So Sajin comes in for the save, which breaks his mask. And Kenpachi's like, oh shit, you a big dog. And Sajin's like, wait, you're not surprised by this? And I don't give a fuck what you look like, bro. As long as you can fight like a big dog, I don't care what you look like. Anywho, Sajin decides to go on a rant that I don't care about, so I'm gonna skip it until he releases his bunkai and starts screaming about a fight to the death. And Kenpachi, the lunatic he is, loves this. But they didn't get to fight because the execution started. Next is a reverse jumping that a lot of people commented for. When Guts got jumped by 100 soldiers. And before I get started, bro, this fight is very graphic and bloody, so excuse me if this portion is a bit shorter than you guys would like. Anywho, Guts and Casca are defending themselves from this horde of goobers, and they were holding their own pretty nicely. Casca was slicing soldiers left and right, and Guts was swinging his big-ass sword, doing all sorts of damage numbers. And then we pan to...
There are only 2 of them! What are you doing?
Eggman! So yeah, Eggman over here calls Samson over to fight Guts since his entire army is getting decimated. And bro pulls up destroying trees and rocks like, why? And Guts is standing there like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Dude attacks, and Guts deflects the ball, making it hit another soldier. And they were all in shock. Samson was even more mad, so he continues to attack, and Guts blocks every single one of them. The only reason he hasn't launched forward to kill Samson is because he's protecting Casca. But bro was like, you know what? Enough of this shit. So he demolishes Samson's ball and chain, and then cracks his fucking skull through his shield. How can one man command such strength? The entire army is now shooketh. He just took down Samson. But bro didn't care that they were shocked and continued cutting soldiers down. He makes a way for Casca to escape, and General Eggman over here tries to get some soldiers to go after her. But they forgot that Guts was in their way.
Someone dies every time he swings his sword.
You don't say! It's almost like sharp objects can cut and kill people. Sarcasm aside, Guts leaves a trail of bodies with every step. Eggman, on the other hand, is over here commanding people to kill him, instead of going in himself, since he's so great. Like, buddy, half of your teeth are gone and your face is bandaged up. Take your ass home. Clearly, you're not gonna win this. They finally get Guts with an arrow.
I got him!
Stupid.
Maybe you should have shut up about that one.
Now it's becoming
Guts just thinks this is more interesting now. Even with an arrow through his hand, tired as all hell, bro still managed to take out 50 of Eggman's soldiers. And honestly, bro, I want to know where I can get this haircut. Like, what barbershop do I have to go to? Guts' response to Eggman was this.
So there are still 50 of you left standing. At this rate, it'll be dawn before I can crack open all of your skulls.
I beg your pardon?
Instead of realizing that he already lost 50 of his dudes to one guy, bro tells them to continue attacking. And even though they got some hits in, Guts was killing them with a single swing of his sword. And just like Guts had said earlier to General Eggman, he had killed every single one of them by the morning. Bruh. Note taken. Guts is not to be messed with. But ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video and I didn't put your favorite reverse jumping, go ahead and put yours in the comment and I'll get to it in the next video. And as usual, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.